What's going on, ladies and gents? Your boy Gamma back in the building with the lovely
Juju.
Oh, yeah. And Juju?
Yes.
FALYNN finally did that interview, right?
Yes, the tell-all.
She spilled the beans about Simon,
Yeah.
Porsha, and how she feels. So
Man.
we're going to talk about that. And before we get into it, if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment below about what we're going to talk about.
Yes,
and
yes.
let's
Escape the Matrix.
All right. So FALYNN just did an interview. It was quite lengthy. It was almost 40 minutes, if not longer, right?
Yeah.
And in that interview, she talked a lot about basically what everyone else has been talking about regarding her relationship with Simon and Porsha.
She even addressed Porsha, yeah.
And so we're going to try our best to dissect some of the more important parts, the things that caught our attention. For one, let's just mention that she said that someone actually called her a racial slur.
Yeah.
Very disgusting. We're not going to get into that much because we actually have another video
on it.
And the link for that will be in the description. So go check that video out, breaking down what that's all about.
Right.
But we are going to talk about what she discussed regarding Simon and her relationship with him.
Yeah.
What's the first thing that you noticed?
Man, in just her whole discussion with the interviewer, it seemed very heavy for her, very somber. Like, like she's having that interview, she's going through the thoughts, the emotions, and I feel like she really is hurting. Like she's hurting right now.
Right. In fact,
what about you?
It seems like she always referred to Simon as, her husband.
Her husband, yeah.
I was a little, thrown off. You would think, like, just based on the series of events that took place, that she would be beyond disgusted. She wouldn't even want to hear, like, any word or names that begin with S.
Yeah.
But she still was like, my husband. In fact, didn't she at one point say, I am still very much in love?
Yes,
with Simon.
She has.
Oh, yeah, man. It was a little difficult hearing that, man, because I didn't expect that. I thought she was bitter, angry.
Yeah.
And of course, she is hurt, and most of the time you can be angry and hurt, but the way we express our anger could be different. And she seems like a very subdued kind of girl. Yeah. For the most part.
Right.
So I'm not going to say she's not angry because that's not something you laugh at like what took place. But the way she's coming off just, was a little shocking because it sounds as though she's still, like you said, in somewhat of a shock or disbelief.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know if it really sank in yet.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think she's just trying to process it.
She is.
Yeah.
I mean, leave a comment below and let us know if you think, if she came off like that to you. It's as if, hate to say this, but maybe deep down inside, she really doesn't believe what's taking place. Like, she almost feels like Simon may still love her.
Or come back to her.
Right? It's almost like she believes that this might be an extreme rebound. You know what I mean? Like, she sounds a little hopeful. Like, she's like, I love him and blah, blah, blah. Like, she didn't sound like she was really throwing him out there, throwing him, under the bus and going in.
Right. Because she kept saying, like, we were going through it. We were doing therapy. Yeah. And it sounded like they were doing therapy on an individual basis as well as together, right? But she's talking, like, in this interview, when you guys see it, she's talking through, her thoughts in her head, and it's like, it's like she's trying to piece things together while she's having that interview. Like, you could see her mind is, like, turning in that way, right?
Yeah, like you said, it's like she hasn't processed it yet.
She hasn't,
and she's been blindsided by it.
Absolutely.
She said that she also revealed that the first time she found out Simon and Porsha were engaged was the same time everyone
did.
Your husband's new engagement to another cast member of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha. You're obviously very aware. May I ask, how did you find out about that?
Found out at the same time as everyone else.
Basically through Instagram, YouTube. Whatever gossip sites, like, that's crazy. Yeah. Because she's still not technically divorced.
No.
They're going through a divorce, like she said, the lawyers have called her and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But just imagine, like, I don't care what's happening, whether you had a fallout, an argument, your husband travels all the time. So even if he needs a week or two away from you, you're used to that, right? It's not unusual for someone in that lifestyle to say, hey, listen, man, I'm going to Canada for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. And then she goes online and it's like, oh, snap. Porsha got an engagement ring from my husband.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't even know what or who to believe, to be quite honest. So we're only going off of what FALYNN put out in the interview.
Yeah.
You know, so, again, when it comes to like their dynamic, Simon and FALYNN, right? Based on what she described.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Juju?
Between FALYNN and Simon, right?
Right. Like what FALYNN put out there.
I mean, she basically expressed that, how hard marriage is, right? To upkeep, to maintain. And that's absolutely true, right? I know they've been married for a year and a half. Right?
Yeah,
year and a half, and
close to 2 years.
But they knew, but they knew each other for 5 years total. So they were, and she said like within that 5 years, like they broke up once, and it was like 9 months. So really and truly, they've been together for some time. This is not met you and we got married like 30 days after, and now we're at a divorce. Like seeing that or hearing that. It's like, okay, yeah, you guys were moving super duper fast. The outcome is not surprising. So, with her, expressing like how long their relationship has been, her kids, his kids, like them forming a family together, you could tell like she really misses that. Like she's longing to have that back, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like when as a family, their relationship was pretty solid because they both have kids, right? Like they technically were yoked together in that sense. Like she has kids, he has kids, a blended family. So I feel like. However, I know there were some, I don't want to call it like red flags, but I know she was pinpointing some differences, right? Do you remember in that interview regarding how Simon was and how, he would buy her things, right?
Yeah, she definitely highlighted some of the things that she may have noticed that, could have caused them to grow apart.
Yeah.
Or to not have that strong bond, as they should. Like in fact, she went as far as to even say that maybe what Simon was doing or what he wanted wasn't really her love language. And maybe that was just Simon's love language, because she did say that he likes to travel a lot, right? And he enjoys gifts, like he gives a lot of gifts to her,
expensive gifts,
like basically he was showering her with gifts, etc. So she made it's almost like she's making the case that, look, I wasn't a gold digger, I wasn't really pursuing this. Nor was I asking for these things. In fact, I didn't care for them. He would do it willingly. And again, she actually said it, she actually said out of her own mouth, she feels like that might be his love language. And it's funny she said that, right?
Yeah.
Because we had a video
not too long ago,
we touched on that.
Love language.
Literally, we spoke about the love language and that dynamic.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a link in this video, and you guys need to check that out after this. But basically, there could be some truth to that. A lot of times what people do in relationships, they're speaking their love language to you.
Right.
Not really being aware of your love language, and you may miss that. So Simon does enjoy giving gifts, and now when you look at him and Porsha, right?
Yeah.
What are they doing a lot? They're exchanging gifts.
Yeah. And
opening up gifts. They're celebrating each other. They're going through the festivities. Almost any excuse to kind of give something to each other. Yeah. And maybe Porsha, that's her love language. So I'm not justifying how it happened as far as them hooking up.
Yeah.
But we're trying to explain as to why. Why it happened. Not how it happened. How it happened may be grimy and sleazy, etc. Yeah. But why did it happen? Because you have a woman, FALYNN, out of her own mouth, who's admitting that she's more of a homebody. Yeah. She doesn't like to travel as much as Simon.
Yeah, she hates traveling.
She doesn't really care for the lifestyle that Simon maybe enjoys.
Yeah.
Then you have Porsha, who's kind of like a perfect counterpart.
Yeah,
they both like a
real
good
talk.
time. You know, they like to party and let loose and have fun, etc. And if they both can do it, you know, in a genuine way with each other, that's going to create like a very fast. I don't know how serious and you know, and authentic it is, but it's going to create a bond somehow.
Yes.
And that's kind of maybe what Simon is experiencing right now with Porsha. Like there's a sense of elation that he never had. With,
like I never had this. Exactly. Exactly. I absolutely agree. It's just that, gosh.
And, you know, you know what? The number one thing that always makes cases like this messy is kids, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how
That's
young
what I was
or
thinking.
old.
Yeah.
You know, especially when they're under 18, of course. But there's multiple kids between them. And again, Faylnn was still referring to his kids as hers.
She was crying.
Like if you listen to the interview, she never really said the kids that I have or the kids that he have. She just kept saying our.
I had a plan, you know? I had a plan for our family and where we were going. I'm strong. I know I'll be fine and I'll get through it. I always do. It's just the kids.
So you couldn't even really distinguish which one she was referring to because she's still that much emotionally attached to their marriage.
You could definitely tell that she was like a real housewife in that way, and right?
It's funny too because she was one of the more authentic cast members for that type of show. She's an actual housewife.
She's an actual housewife.
She was a homemaker. She was taking care of the home,
and she took pride in this.
Taking care of the kids. You know, setting things up. Maybe when Simon is going out the country. Before he got caught up in the shenanigans, of course. But maybe when he's actually on business trips. She's the reason why things were stable at the home. So it's hard to just go from that to like, you know what, you're by yourself now, single mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think she's in a sense almost grieving. They say that when you go through a really bad divorce, it's like you lost a loved one. That same feeling is what you're, kind of feeling within. So that's why she's so heartbroken. I don't think it has anything to do with being angry or jealous at Porsha. Because she did say that she feels like Porsha doesn't have that kind of power. Yeah. And that was true. I agree. Like if you have a partner that just went to someone else, for whatever reason, you never should look at the person they went to. And say, well, that was the devil, and the devil took my spouse away. Yeah,
don't give that person that much power.
Don't give that person the power because if your partner was that interested in you and that loyal, nothing can pull them away. It's that simple. Love never fails. I don't want to start quoting scriptures up in here, but it's true. So that just means that it was a weak foundation. And anything could have broke it at that point. It just so happens that, Porsha fell into the position where now he was able to explore and live the kind of relationship lifestyle that he wanted to.
Do you think that their relationship, that their marriage, because I know they've been together for 5 years, do you think their marriage ended pretty fast, like a year and a half? Like you would think like you're still, well then again, they knew each other for 5 years. So I'm thinking of like the honeymoon phase, maybe that. I mean, I don't know, for him to propose to her, to want to... Actually, she said that he proposed twice within that 5 years.
Wow.
So, I mean, there had to have been something strong there, like from him to her.
There's always something genuine in the beginning, Especially if a guy is proposing to a woman and he's not being begged to do so or pressured, then there has to be something there, Even in relationships like, again, LaToya and Adam. There had to have been something there. It may have not been strong enough for a lifetime. But, I'm saying on both parties, you really just can't magically jump into a situation that's serious without having something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have a full tank. Sometimes you have half a tank.
Yeah.
Sometimes you barely got enough to even get to the next gas station. But my point is you have to have some kind of fuel to make you want to move forward. For the most part, I know there are arranged and fixed marriages in some countries where you don't feel like you have much of a choice. But I will say this though, when it comes to Simon and Faylnn, she pointed out a few things that also stuck out regarding what she would like in her future. She said something that caught my attention. I think she said, I don't want to date any more rich guys. And I was like, I that's not what she means.
Yeah.
Because here's my breakdown on that. She's associating her experience with Simon.
Right.
With wealth and rich guys. Now, in our video where we covered, Simon and Faylnn and Porsha, we did touch on how having money for any man gives you options.
Right.
And maybe someone like Faylnn doesn't necessarily care for someone having so many options. Because you know what? A lot of women view options as instability. When a guy has too much options, it's almost like, it's harder for him to be grounded and stable in this home. If he can, every time he steps out, he's going to have a woman chasing him or going after him. His DMs. That's what I think she really meant.
Right.
That's what I feel like she really meant that. Because obviously wealth is not associated with being a bad husband.
Again, I agree.
Your character, who you are.
Character, yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't understand what I'm saying, let's put it this way. How many guys at McDonald's that work at the tire shop, at the barber shop, or barely making ends meet, how many guys in those areas cheat? Do you think it's 0%? Do you think it's just like maybe 5 or 10? No.
Yeah.
They basically do what they can do.
What they can do,
yes.
right? And they have options. They got options on their level,
right?
So imagine someone who's very wealthy like Simon.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Imagine his options.
Remember, it was like a show. I think 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah,
the guy didn't even have citizenship. He didn't even have citizenship.
Right.
He barely had a job. He didn't even have a vehicle. He stayed with the woman, right? As soon as he started working in the barber shop. Found a girl to sleep around with.
Yeah.
So it's not. So I don't like when people associate status with loyalty and behavior. Look, again, I say it all the time, man. You can have like no money and be the most grimiest, cheating, nasty, lying, backbiting person.
True.
You can have all the money in the world and somehow you're very genuine. You're a giver,
yes,
you're a helper.
Yes.
And so, so when she made that statement, I know she wasn't really saying, rich guys or
like dogs. They're
even if she feels that way, it's incorrect.
It's incorrect.
What she was really speaking on was the experience she had with Simon. She just wants someone who's more balanced and grounded. Yeah. Simon, has a private jet. She spoke about that. She didn't even like flying.
Yeah.
Simon was like a world traveler. She's like a homebody.
Yeah.
Simon likes to go out. She doesn't. So that's what I mean. Like she's assuming or maybe connecting wealth with that lifestyle. There are like there's some wealthy people that don't leave the house.
Yeah.
They built a mansion so they can live
a compound,
in it.
Right.
They have a castle with a moat, the whole nine. They do not
with a moat.
I don't think she really meant that in a literal sense. I think she was more referring to the dynamic of what she experienced with Simon.
I agree. And like with what she was expressing, I mean, I know she didn't, go into detail, and it's absolutely her right not to divulge like the whole dynamics of their relationship or experiences. But I know there were indicators like that kind of shed some light on their relationship period. Like they've had rough patches, and I wondered, like, what were those rough patches? I wonder if it had to do, like, with the differences of, like, love language, right?
Yeah.
Or, his options. He having a whole lot of options. Maybe she doesn't like to travel, so he's traveling. I'm sure he's coming across a lot of beautiful women. You know what I mean? Because she's made it clear in the interview that they've been doing therapy for a while, off and on throughout their relationship. Yeah. So I wonder what that was about. But
it's something that she both. I said she both. It's something that she and Simon, both should have considered, even after their marriage ended. Yeah, that's the issue with Simon right now. He literally went from one situation to another. Yeah, and with Porsha, they didn't even really date. It was basically like, hey, we went out for a couple weeks?
A month.
I want to marry you. Yeah. So he's going to be in a situation where he needs extreme resources. Yeah. In terms in the form of therapy and assistance. Yeah. Because you always need clarity. For example, with Faylnn, right? What she went through. It's not just her. Any woman, but particularly her. Yeah. Is going to chip at some of her self-esteem. You know, this is a woman that had multiple kids, right?
Yeah.
Found a man who was also, you know, he had kids. Right. So they felt evenly yoked, as you said. They were working together as a blended family to take care of each other's kids and build a future together. She even said, you know, I was planning a life for us. Yeah. You know, thinking maybe 5-10 years ahead, etc. Yeah. She can't go from where she's, you know, from where she's at now, right, into a new situation and expect to be 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm telling you, she's gonna be paranoid. Yeah. When her new man's phone rang, who is that?
Who is that?
If she doesn't do that right off the bat, she's gonna be feeling it though. Yeah. Especially if he's getting a lot of calls or emails. So my point is, when you're broken, even in the slightest way, right, find a way to mend that broken heart. Yeah. You know, and by finding someone else, that's not always the best way to do it.
I agree.
You got to find yourself. You lose a part of yourself when you get out of a relationship. And sometimes the part that you lose is a part that shouldn't have been there. Other times the part you lose is a part that you need to pull back and bring back. Yeah. Like if you're a joyful, free-spirited, loving, giving person, you lost that because you dealt with a really nasty individual that took advantage of you. Yeah. See, you might have lost that good side. So you need time to heal and bring that back. And then if you became a toxic person, right, nasty, lying, cheating, and that's not really who you are, but you became that, you need to keep that part away and still heal yourself. Right. So moving forward, you don't treat the next person as a disposable individual.
I agree.
You know, I hope we're not getting too deep though, but leave a comment below and let us know what your thoughts are on all of this, whether you agree or not.
You know, because I know they touched on the allegations of her cheating, right? And she stated that, no, I did not cheat. I never cheated. Straight up,
she just said no.
I never,
Simon is actually like, no, you did though.
Right, I know he dropped some receipts. He's dropping
information. Oh, you know what's crazy? At the time you guys see this video, we haven't done research on it, so we can't dive into it deep. But one of Falynn's ex actually came out and said, yeah, she cheated on me too.
Are you kidding me?
That's going to be a new story that we're going to have to look into.
I need to look at that.
Yeah. So now, you know, the guns are blazing. They feel like maybe Falynnn isn't being fully honest. You know, like, and even like what you said about Simon and receipts, it was like a surveillance camera.
Clips of,
and there was a guy walking on his property, but he was kind of cutting
made
to
a sharp
he was going exit stage left. You know, he was trying to not be seen, and suspicious activity on his camera.
While he was away on a trip.
Right, like it's like blind date paranormal activity version of it. Just like, it was wild. But my point is, Simon is like, I guess Simon must have seen that interview, or maybe he's aware of it. But from what I heard, he's like, nope, she did cheat on me. Really? And that's kind of his story. You know, like, I was the victim. I was the one that was betrayed. He found consolation with Porsha.
Wow.
So it's really weird. That's why we said at the beginning that this is just a reaction to that interview.
You saying that, honestly, because I was really feeling for Falynnn. Yeah. Like the way she spoke, like I know it was, you know, she spoke very slow, like, you know, she cried. Yeah, she was crying, and it's like, I don't think this is much
it's
faking.
Tough, man. It's tough. Yeah. This is going to be a tough one. We're going to kind of wrap it up on that note. Because we do want to like dive into some other things and see if we missed anything. Right. And if you guys, you know, heard of anything by the time we drop this video, let us know below what your thoughts are. Wow. You know, is Falynnn, do you feel she was authentic in that video? Do you feel for her in any way? Yeah. And if not, why not? We like to know. And then also Porsha and Simon, do you think it's going to work out? Yeah. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
That's a question for you.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching this video. Any final words, Juju?
Nah, I just hope they both get healing. Like, they get real healing. Yeah.
Real healing. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, escape the Matrix.